Well, what's good, YouTube? Hey, welcome back to another video with your boy Tag. Give it to me straight, Doc. Do I got COVID? Positive?
Coronavirus!
What's good, YouTube? Hey, welcome back to another video with your boy Tag. We have a video with y'all today, yes sir. Today we're gonna be watching some scary stories animated by IMR Scary Tales. You know what I'm saying? Hey, based off the thumbnail I'm looking at right now, this boy look crazy, bro. If I see a dude like this walking up on me, you gotta like instantly. I'm already ready. I'm secretly, I'm like, all right, okay. I see you make one. Don't forget to like today's video. Don't forget to like today's video, man. Got a lot of stuff coming for y'all. Got a lot of content on the way for y'all, man. I can't wait for y'all to see it, man. I can't wait for y'all to see it, bro. We sprouting. A little seed right now. We blossoming. But all right, man. I'm gonna see y'all in the video. Yeah.
Our school began its classes after the long holiday of Christmas. The corridors were once again flooding with the laughter of young boys and girls. I was happy to see my best friend after a long Christmas. We went to have lunch in the cafeteria and shared our experiences with our holidays. The school I study is one of the biggest schools in our city. We had long hallways, huge classes, and a wide playground. I often walked to school with my best friend Matt, who lives nearby my house. One day, when we were walking toward school, Matt pointed to a poster hanging on a nearby tree. It was a poster of a man.
Is that Akon? Akon and Young Jeezy.
The headline read, "Wanted, dead or alive."
Dead or
bottom,
alive?
It mentioned, escaped convict.
I think that's cap.
We discussed our...
I think they'd be I'm sorry. I think they'd be capping about that, bro. No way you want me to pop him and not come, and then I bring him to y'all, and y'all gonna accept that. So that's when murder is okay. I can go out there and murder that man, bring him back to y'all. It's all good. All right. Let me become a bounty hunter. I don't know. I don't know.
Our way to school that this person has surely done something really bad for being on the list of a wanted criminal. After reaching the school, our principal announced everyone to gather in the playground. A group of local cops was also present there. At first, none could guess what was going on, but then our principal told everyone that the cops are looking for a highly dangerous criminal, so we are being instructed to call 911 or tell our adults if we ever spot this guy. Also, the teachers became very conscious of every kid in school. They told our parents to come get us after school when possible. For those who travel alone, should go home in groups and not stay out after dark. I became a bit upset as I just got back to school and wanted to play basketball after school hours with my friends. Our coach canceled all our basketball practice for the alarming situation and shifted it to an early morning schedule. I am not an early riser, but for the sake of basketball, I scheduled my routine accordingly. The practice used to begin at 6 a.m. sharp, hence being late resulted into punishments. Our school often pressurized on cleanliness and community services, so for those who came late into practices, were often given tasks such as swiping school corridor or working in the cafeteria or arranging books in library and so on.
If I'm late?
Matt and I had a sleepover at one of our friends' house. We decided to play a video game before going to bed. Everyone planned to play for an hour as we had basketball practice the next morning. After an hour, Matt and my friend Jack went to bed, but I wanted to play.
Let me know in the comments, y'all. That ain't okay right there. I'm literally if I'm at my friend's house, you know, saying we gotta sleep in the same bed. When I was younger, you know what I'm saying, your head couldn't be, it's your feet, but you gotta turn, but you know, you can't your head gotta be like, it's gotta be like this, bro. It can't be like this. That's just not okay. I'm sorry.
Play a bit more. I told them I will wake them up at the right time so they don't have to worry about me. But in the morning, I obviously couldn't wake up on time. It was 6:30 a.m. when I opened my eyes. I realized my friends have already left for their practices, and I cursed them from my heart for not waking me up. When I reached the ground, I saw them warming up and laughing at me. I knew they played a hideous prank on me so they could see me getting punished. I ran to our coach and started to apologize. Though being one of the coach's favorites, the coach told me that I will be punished like everyone else. The rules are the same for everyone. Without arguing much, I agreed with him. The coach told me to clean the backside of our playground and get the tools from the school basement. The backside of our school ground was a popular smoking zone among the high school seniors, hence, it was dirty all the time. Every day, our sweeper used to clean that area after school hours, and the next day, the seniors used to mess it up again. I put my backpack on the ground and walked towards the school building to get the tools from the basement. As I reached the school basement and opened the door, a dark hallway down the stairs stood in front of me. I slowly walked down
I'm not going
and turned
down
on the
there.
light switch underneath the passage.
You're tripping.
The basement is generally filled with school supplies, extra chairs and tables, and all other stationary stuff. The mop and bucket were kept in the corner, so I walked to get it. As I took the tools and was about to leave, I noticed a bunch of tattered clothes lying on the basement ground. There were a bunch of plastic water bottles lying beside them, too. The
Somebody's clearly
basement
living
was
down
not
there,
very
bro.
tidy anyway, so I thought these are nothing but some old school junk.
No,
One thing that stuck in my mind is a foul smell of burnt tobacco.
I'm gone.
The smell was floating all around the basement. I told myself, someone might be secretly smoking here, but who can that be in this early morning? As I kept thinking, standing alone, I realized I am wasting my time and that I have to get back to the cleaning so that I can join the practice as soon as possible. I got upstairs and closed the basement door. One other weird thing I noticed is that the lock of the basement door was broken. I thought to let the coach know about it in case students are sneaking in to smoke there, which is really not safe because the school can catch fire if they leave burning buds down there. As I was walking towards the backside of the playground and saw Matt and Jack still making fun of me,
Y'all still laughing?
I ignored them
That
and
ain't
went
funny.
ahead. The backside of our school playground is secluded, which is why it is a popular smoking spot among the students. All of our school garbage bags are kept here,
Ugh.
so the place always carries a stinking odor. As I swept the burnt buds from the ground,
Bro,
I kept cursing
you
my
have-
friends even more. The smell around me
Where's your school?
made me nauseous. Still, I kept on doing my job. I didn't realize what time it was, but I
Nasty
was
flies,
almost
bro,
done just when I heard something. It was coming from the corner where the garbage bags are kept. First, I thought it might be a squirrel or some small animal, so I dumped the dirt into a nearby dustbin and decided to head
There's a
back to
whole
the
man
playground.
in there. You can put it.
As I turned back and took my first step, I heard a terrible sound that heightened my senses of fear. It was the sound of someone eating vigorously, as if someone was munching food like a hungry dog. I looked back to see what was going on, and what I noticed made my heart skip out of my throat in fear. There was a guy sitting behind those garbage bags facing his back towards me. He was eating the rotten leftovers from the cafeteria from those garbage bags. I could see white worms crawling down his elbow as he put his hand inside those bags to take out those rotten worms. I know I should have been smart and ran to tell the coach about this guy, but I made a really dumb move. I called out to the guy and said in a broken voice, Hey, are you all right? You shouldn't be here.
What do you mean, am I alright? This man's scarfing down some food right now. Of course he's alright. I'm not alright. I need to go. I don't know what you mean, bruh. That don't make no sense. Oh, yeah, you tripping, bro. I would have been out of there.
The guy suddenly stopped and looked back at me.
Oh, yeah.
I never knew what hell looks like, but when he looked at me, I felt what hell is.
That boy on.
His eyes were red and white worms were hanging from his mouth. He was chomping a bad piece of half-eaten burger. I immediately recognized his face. It was the convict who broke prison. He suddenly got up and pulled a sharp knife from his pocket and said in a cold, horrifying voice, I am gonna kill you, and then burn your body, and then eat you like these worms. I
You
was
gonna have to
beyond
catch me.
terrified. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. The man started to walk towards me in a feeble way. I noticed his one leg was injured as he kept
Oh,
limping
yeah, you
towards
gonna
me.
have to catch me.
Luckily, my coach came to check on me, and as soon as he saw that guy, he too recognized him. He immediately jumped on that man and pushed me away. The man started to hit my coach, but he was too weak, and our coach is a strong, healthy man.
Strong,
He knocked
healthy
that
man.
guy out with one single punch.
So you ain't get stabbed.
I started to scream and call for help. All my friends came running and noticed the entire vicious situation. The cops were called immediately, and they came and arrested the escaped convict. Our school was searched thoroughly, and it came out that the guy broke into the school basement. He might have stayed the entire Christmas down there to save himself from the cold outside. The clothes that I saw were his. He injured himself while jumping the jail fences, which is why he was limping. Not just these. I read in the newspaper the next morning about his arrest. The man was convicted with charges of first-degree murder. He burnt his neighbor's house, and when the police got there, he was seen eating the burnt flesh from his dead neighbor's body. I am grateful that my coach didn't get hurt while saving me. The more I think about that day, the more I understand that he didn't just threaten me that day. He actually meant it. If my coach didn't come back to check on me, he might have done the same thing to me, which he did to his neighbor. I really hope he stays behind bars forever, and we never meet again.
Come here.
That's crazy, bro. That's kind of crazy. Think about it. You know, you just doing some chores and you see this man. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that, bro. No. I'm just gonna back away. And also, bro, if I'm the teacher that knocked him out, I hope the school understand that the school's not getting this money. This dead or alive money, this is coming to me. That man had a knife. I had my, I put it on the line. That's my money. I'm sorry. Y'all not paying me enough. Y'all don't pay me to no. This is my money, not the school's. I don't care where he was. I took him down. Yeah. Just letting it be. Hey. Story 2.
I used to work as a security guard in an elementary school. The school had a cleaning lady. Her name was Miss Brown. She was really good with the kids. No matter how many times the kids leave muddy footprints on the hallway, she will always clean it up with her caring, gentle smile. She often gave kids her homemade snacks during recess. The school had a small playground in the middle. On its left stood the classroom, and on its right stood the principal's office, teacher's room, and a small room for us, the school workers. The school teachers also loved Miss Brown. She brought homemade food for them too. The workers' room had a few chairs, a table to keep our stuff, and a big freezer. Before turning into an elementary school, this place used to be a medical supply store. Hence, medicines were being stacked inside the freezer. But after the school opened, no one used that freezer, and it ended up being the dirty, old furniture. Sometimes, night shifts were assigned to me whenever there was a long holiday in school. The trustees didn't want any wanderer or random people inside the school property. Hence, I was appointed to keep an eye on the school. During these times, I often sneaked in a few cans of beer and kept them inside the freezer to keep them chilled.
We're getting tipsy, bro.
Once, Miss Brown found a beer can and teased me about it. I got really embarrassed. I requested her not to tell anyone. She agreed and told me to be careful about it from the next time. Miss Brown lived with her husband. They didn't have any children. Her husband was a heavy alcoholic.
You can't tell me that boy don't look cracked out. That's not alcohol. Alcohol don't do that to you. I seen alcohol. That don't do that to you, bro. I'm sorry. Your eyes don't get red. He on crack. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to let you know. Whatever your name is, Miss Lunch Lady, I'm just letting you know. Hey.
I knew he treated her in a bad way because she always ended up being sad whenever we talked about her marriage. Sometimes, I even saw bruises and burn marks on her hands.
Golly.
I felt bad for her, but I never said anything regarding this. I still regret not stepping up about this. God knows if I did, I could have stopped this horrifying tragedy from happening. One Monday morning, when I reached school, I noticed Miss Brown was swiping the corridor. She was looking really happy and peaceful after a long time. I went to wish her good morning, to which she replied back with a big smile on her face. I thought something good happened to her this weekend, so I asked out of general curiosity. Miss Brown, you look so happy. What's the big good news?
She killed him. She ended.
She smiled and replied, I have finally managed to make my husband get rid of his drinking habit. I felt happy for her, thinking at least now the man will stop torturing her out of a fit of drunkenness. The day went happily, just like always. She cooked meatloaf for all the school workers and teachers.
Yes, sir.
She gave me 2 big meatloaves separately.
2 big meatloaves.
Everyone ate them, and once again praised her cooking skills. At night
Two
when I got
biceps.
home, I was just about to cook dinner when I remembered I had meatloaves in my bag made by Miss Brown.
Okay, you need it. Yeah.
I took out the meatloaves, microwaved it to eat. As I took the first bite, I realized why everyone went crazy for meatloaves today. It tasted extremely delicious. The meat was so tender.
I've been hearing this, bro. I've been hearing this. I need this not to spread over the internet, bro. I don't know why people think human meat might taste good. And he just said it. He just said it. Golly. That's not okay. That's not okay. You're going to be seeing more and more cannibals out there. You just might be walking. Let's say you just walking down the street one day. Buddy, just take a bite out your arm. No. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. We don't need that. We don't need that in this environment. It's 2020. You never know, bro. You never know. I don't need that.
And juicy that it almost melted inside my mouth.
Melted?
I saved some of it for later and went to bed after a long, tiring day and a tasty dinner. I fell asleep instantly. The next day when I went to school, I went to the workers' room to thank Miss Brown. Just when I saw her putting a lock on the freezer, I asked her, "What's going on here, Miss Brown?" She looked at me and said the freezer got all heated up and started releasing smoke this morning, so she went to the principal to inform about this incident. The principal has instructed to unplug it and lock the door so that no accident can occur due to any short circuit or electrical malfunction. I felt a bit upset thinking, my beer stash is gone now. Miss Brown used to bring foods for everyone 2 to 3 times in a month, but within a few weeks, she was always cooking something and bringing it for either the children or the teachers. All her dishes were very tasty, and the meat was so good. I once asked her from which market she buys meat. She gave me the address of a local
My
shop.
husband, Abdomen.
I bought their meat many times, but it never tasted like her dishes, no matter how delicately I tried to cook it. I gave up, accepting that her cooking skills are definitely better than mine. Something weird happened one day on the playground. I was walking on the playground while the kids were playing around, just when Miss Brown came and distributed some homemade mini meat pie amongst them. The kids started chattering in joy and eating the pies excitedly. I smiled at her as she looked at me. As I started to walk towards my spot, I overheard a conversation of 2 kids standing close
There's
to
a
me.
hair in it, bro.
One kid said in a disgusted voice, "Yuck, there's a string of hair in my pie." To which the other kid replied, "Mine looks good." I told the kid not to eat that pie and asked his friend to share some with him. Miss Brown came to us and I explained the entire matter to her. She became highly embarrassed and said, "My hair is falling a lot these days. It really sucks getting old." She then apologized to that kid and threw away his piece of pie immediately and gave him a new one. The matter got sorted and we all got back to our usual work. One night, I went to a local bar in town, and after hanging out there for a while, I decided to head back home. To reach home early, I took the shortcut way, which
You
was
are
right
at
in
school,
front of
my
the
guy?
school. It was a chilled winter night, hence, the roads were almost empty. As I reached near the school, I saw Miss Brown coming out of the school gates. Seeing her at the dark, empty school premises surprised me a lot. I stood behind the nearby tree and watched her walking away. She had a big garbage bag in her hand. I got really suspicious and I waited until she left the area. Once she was out of sight, I went inside the school. The school was completely silent. I wandered around for a bit, just when I heard a machinic sound coming from the workers' room.
And it's the freezer
I walked
that
inside
that
the
was
room
broke, right?
and surprisingly noticed the freezer was plugged in and running absolutely fine. I remembered Miss Brown telling me that it doesn't work anymore. I felt even more weird thinking, why would she lie to me on such a simple matter? Did she want me to keep away from using it? I tried to open the freezer door, but it was locked. I left for home and decided to check it the next day without letting Miss Brown know about it. The next day, I secretly stole the key of the freezer from Miss Brown's bag. I wanted to do this job as quietly as possible, so I waited for the right moment. Our school was heading towards the sports day next week, so all the workers were busy with preparations. Miss Brown went to the store to buy flags and ropes with some teachers, just when I went to the workers' room and unlocked the freezer. As soon as I opened the door, my heart drowned in horror. I felt like I am going to faint right at that
She
moment.
been killing people.
Smoke was gushing out of the freezer as it was put to the highest
I
cooling.
just noticed that. There is no way this woman was distributing this man's body for weeks. This man, she has to be killing multiple people. She's going out there and killing kids. I'm just,
mode. And the reason behind that was lying vividly in front of me.
golly.
There was a dead man inside the freezer. He was cut in half. There were no signs of his lower body. He seemed dead for quite a long time now. I guessed, without any doubt, that it was none other than Miss Brown's husband. She often talked to me about him, and her description exactly matched this guy. The ground beneath my feet started to shake as I realized Miss Brown has killed her husband and hid his body in our school's freezer. I was terrified, but what I discovered next scared not only me, but ended up terrorizing each and every person in our school and town people too. There was a pack of sliced meats cut in the shape of steaks and preserved inside it. Suddenly, I remembered a thing, and I could barely stand on my feet anymore. Last week, Miss Brown told me that she will cook steaks for everyone on the sports day, that she has bought some really delicious meat. My stomach started to roll. I wanted to vomit my entrails out. My head felt heavy. I couldn't believe she kept feeding us her husband's flesh all this time. I heard a voice outside, and without any more delay, I rushed to the principal's office. After hearing all this, the principal almost collapsed in fear and declared a lockdown in the school. He instructed everyone to return to their classes and stay there until he tells them to come out. Miss Brown didn't realize what was going on, but she too followed a teacher to a nearby classroom. I didn't want to make her suspicious, even for 1 second, so I acted normal amidst the spine-chilling, insane situation. After 10 minutes, we heard police car sirens and the cops arrived. The school was sealed immediately, and they arrested Miss Brown and arrested her in front of all our eyes. She just shook her head and walked away quietly with them. The entire town sunk in horror after this incident became public. No one knew what to say. Miss Brown confessed to the cops that one night her husband came home really drunk and started beating her. Out of rage and long episodes of torture and disgust, Miss Brown hit her husband with a blunt iron rod. She then kept the corpse in the freezer, and every day at night, she used to come and chop off a moderate amount of meat from his body. And next day, with that meat, well, now you all know what she did with that meat. I have become a vegetarian now.
No, sir. No,
Any
go
kind
back
of
to
meat
it.
makes me nauseous, and I have left the job.
How you gonna switch up now? You ain't already been on the other side. You ain't said it tasted delicious. You might as well. Go right ahead, bro.
And town as well. I heard many kids left the school as their parents denied sending them back, even after Miss Brown was taken away by the cops. I don't blame them. All the kids in the school will have a horrifying revelation of truth when they will grow up. I just wonder, how will they react after their parents reveal to them that not only they have tasted human meat, but kept having feasting on it too, for quite a long time.
And loved it. And loved it. Golly, they love human meat. Well, alright, man, that's gonna be the end of the video for us today. Well, alright, man, that's gonna be the end of the videos for us today, man. Thank y'all for watching that. Hey, them people crazy, bro. Yeah. I don't know what it is about human meat, but it must taste delicious. It must taste delicious. But alright, man, that's gonna be the end of the video for us today, man. Thank y'all for watching today. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment down below, all that good stuff, man. See y'all next time. Peace.